We moved to Saudi Arabia about 4 years ago, and that's something I never thought I would ever say. Welcome to episode 7 of my YouTube series where I'm challenging myself to post every day for 30 days in attempts to do something different during my nap trap time. I talk about motherhood, I talk about life in Saudi, living on a farm, what brought us here, and getting my creativity back, all sorts of things. So, welcome along to the ride. And Saudi Arabia is truly a place. First of all, I never thought I would actually visit. I know I had some bias of my own, and I've been in and around the Middle East. I speak Arabic, have been studying Arabic since university, have lived in the Middle East for give or take 10 years. And when we had the opportunity to come to Saudi, both Mido and I were like, let's try it. You never know until you go, truly. And as soon as we got here, I think I had to eat all my thoughts and words on what I thought Saudi was, because I had no idea. Truly, until you come, you don't know. They talk about Saudi hospitality, and while yes, there are other places in the world that are very well known for their hospitality, Saudi is something different. It is baked into the culture, just like some other things I'll talk about, and it is so beautiful. People are so kind and so welcoming and so excited to see foreigners, or people in general, coming and experiencing their culture. So we were living in Dubai at the time, and both of us were working remotely for the destination. We live in a small town now called AlUla, ALULA. Go look it up. And it is actually the flagship tourist destination for Saudi. Now that's because it is the sister city to Petra in Jordan. So if you know the tombs that are up there, the Nabatean, that time period, they had, a southernmost outpost capital city, and that was Hegra, which is actually just 5 minutes from here. Some beautiful tombs, incredibly carved into the mountains here. And it's actually Saudi's first UNESCO World Heritage Site. So they have that. There's also the world's largest mirrored building. That's like a conference hall, but also a concert venue. So we've had all sorts of incredible artists come through, like Alicia Keys and John Legend, One Republic, a lot of Arab stars as well. So it's just, an incredible venue there as well, and have hosted all sorts of events throughout these past years. So when we were in Dubai, we were working for this destination, and they actually had asked Mido to come in-house. And we had a chat, and we're like, well, let's go try it first. Let's see before we commit to moving our life to Saudi Arabia, just in case, let's go see. And we came for 2 months, like the end of one of the seasons at the time, and absolutely loved it. Like, it was so much fun. There's so much going on. For work, we had to be at all these different events and things, and it, of course, was a lot of work running around town, but so much fun. And again, the hospitality of it all. We actually did our first big road trip. Part of the reason why we have a Ford Raptor. Why we got Raptor was for this big adventure. So we drove from Dubai all the way to AlUla, which is, I don't know the kilometers or the miles, but it's 24 hours of driving time, not like including sleeping the night in different places. So it's a long ways. And actually, the first time we drove, we Google Maps, which we call Nancy. Nancy did us dirty. She took us through the empty quarter, which, if you know anything, the name gives it away. There's absolutely nothing. Like, truly, we saw gas stations that were covered in sand. I had done some research beforehand, thankfully, and we had brought extra gas cans with us. Now, there's, depending on which route you go, there's plenty of gas stations and rest stops along the way, but 5 years ago at this point, 5 years ago, there weren't, not on that road. So that was really interesting. And the places that we were able to stop, you know, we truly saw very local culture. We there was a sunflower field we stopped at that they had made like a little pool for the kids, and it was the weekend, so everyone was hanging out. There's a little vegetable market, a little ice cream stand. It was adorable, and I could not tell you where on earth it was. I mean, in Saudi, obviously, but we just stumbled upon it, and I don't think we would ever find it again. And stopped one of the rest stops for food. They have like actual restaurants at all the rest stops, and so to get whatever chicken and rice and curry, and at that point that was our very first introduction to Saudi food, and again, it was absolutely incredible. So even from the get-go, we were like, wait a minute, this is a beautiful country. I cannot wait to explore. So also, when we were in AlUla working, we were staying in just an apartment for the 2 months, and I had said to Mido, because the apartments here are small is not the word, because some of the rooms are quite big, but the kitchens are tiny. And if you can see my kitchen here now, I'm American. I like a big American stove and an oven. I bake, I cook. And I was like, if we can find, or if we can get an American-sized stove, I'll stay here. But like the kitchen that we were in, it was literally like an alleyway to the bathroom. It was tiny. Laughable, which is why I'm laughing. And so then actually we found a house, an abandoned house on the edge of the oasis. And again, this was 5 years ago. It was 4 years when we moved. I found this house, and it had a for rent sign up, and we called, and the landlord, agreed to meet with us and let us in. And he was like, no one's lived here for 50 years. And you could tell in the house, it was quite dirty on the inside. There's no electricity, no running water, none of that. But we went up the stairs to the main terrace area and saw the view overlooking the oasis. And Mido and I just looked at each other and we're like, wow, speechless. And then this is it. Like, this is a crazy project, but if we lived here, I could stay forever. And so that's pretty much what we did. We signed a contract with the landlord. He even at the time was like, you're absolutely crazy. Like, if you change your mind, come get your money back. Like, you guys don't really want to do this. But we did, and had, mashallah, a beautiful house overlooking the oasis where you could see all the stars at night. We'd even have movie nights up on, there was the terrace, and then there was a rooftop as well. Such beautiful, fond memories of that house. And so we had come, for this 2 months as a trial run, loved it, decided to get the house, decided to move. And when we moved, packed up Raptor, this time with everything, our whole house, our whole apartment in Dubai, and drove that same road trip back again. And it just, like, the longer we stayed, the more we got to know the community and the people here. Like, the first house that we stayed at was, like I said, overlooking the oasis and a working farm. And the farm is still there and everything. And our neighbors, anytime I would go to, like, the vegetable market in town and bring back vegetables, he would get mad. He would say, why are you buying things from outside? Like, what do we not have at the farm that you want me to plant? Because you should be taking, if you need anything, take from us. So we're growing beautiful lettuce. Again, mashallah, this farm is beautiful. Lettuce and tomatoes and eggplants and fresh mint and coriander and parsley, everything. So I'd go and maybe grab one tomato for dinner, or grab a handful of parsley, what have you. And, the farmer would come and try and pick more. Take, like, please. They so wanted to share. And this idea of sharing, we'd find all over. Another thing that we love to do is take road trips and go wild camping, and that very much is a part of Saudi culture as well. You'll see people on the weekends, it's called kashta, like, you go with your cars and you have like a barbecue or a cookout, hangout. Maybe you put a fire on, maybe someone's grilling, you're stargazing, you're chatting, and you're just enjoying time with friends. There's so much open space here that, again, wild camping, it's very easy to find places. I know they've got designated areas in some cities now, like in AlUla, there's designated camping areas. But we have actually driven the entire length of the Saudi Red Sea, wild camping the whole way. We're very much sea, ocean, water people. So to be able to pull your car up right to the very edge of the water and sleep under the stars with the waves, like, slowly creeping up to the wheels, is a kind of magic I wish everyone could experience once in their life. So yeah, we got here and just, such a change from Dubai, right? Where there's skyscrapers and there's so much to do, and you can get anything at any time from anywhere in the world, truly. Like, Dubai is such an international city. And to come here, where, yes, it's a working town, it's very small. There's restaurants, and yes, for work there were events and concerts and things to do, but especially, I don't know, for those of you that live in a more touristic area, there's things that the tourists do and things that the locals do, right? So in terms of, like, local restaurants, you're not going to be eating out at the tourist restaurants every night. But we just, kind of fell into such a unique rhythm here of wild camping on the weekends and picking fresh vegetables from the farm out front. And then eventually we had to move from that house and ended up at the farm that we're at now. And because we had done the renovation project at the first house, when Mido saw this house, it was like, let's do another renovate. Like, this place is beautiful, but just imagine, like, I don't want to turn the video, I did it in another video. Our whole, front side is one big window. It's sliding glass doors, right? So we're all about nature. The more you can see it, the more you can be around it, So we're like, imagine if you could knock down the walls and literally feel like you're living on the farm. We took our kitchen from the old house. We took everything from the old house to rebuild. And, now I talked about this in one of my other videos. Now we've got chickens that of our own that we walk and get fresh eggs. We've got goats. There's a horse on the farm. There's bunny rabbits to go feed. I can go pick lemons from the citrus trees. There's oranges. There's a couple of mango trees in the back. Like, it's, you know, now it's funny. I keep saying AlUla's a small town, but the other house was kind of right in the thick of it. It's in the Old Town Al Jadida neighborhood, if you know AlUla. And so during the busy season, there gets to be a bit of traffic because it's one lane, you know, each way. And, you know, the main road we had to go on to get home. And now we're about 20-30 minutes outside of town, and our neighbors are camels. And it truly is just us out here. I mean, 3 kilometers, there's another little like neighborhood. But we see even more stars. We have beautiful clear sunsets that you can see Hegra from where we are, and it just, you know, have this sense of peace and quiet that, while AlUla, you can find peace and quiet anywhere, but this is just another level. And so, all that to say, I think when I talk with people about living in Saudi Arabia, again, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's not something I ever thought I would say, that I would visit, first of all, live, second of all, third, be able to say that it's 4 years that we've been here, almost 5 that we've been in and out of the country. Like, Saudi Arabia has such a special place in our hearts at this point, and now to get to raise a little munchkin on the farm, I think I'm so grateful for this unexpected chapter that, you know, we don't know when it's gonna end, but are very grateful for the time that we've had in Saudi, and how much Saudi people have opened their country up, opened their homes up, opened, you know, everything, and shown us what a beautiful place it is here. So with that, let me know if you're Saudi and you found this. Let me know if you have ever thought about coming to Saudi Arabia, if you've been here, where have you been, what you thought about it. I would love to know, because this clearly is one of my favorite topics to talk about. So subscribe. I'm putting videos out every day, again, during my nap trap time. And let me know any other topics or what more you'd like to hear. Thanks.